Hello everybody, we're getting ready to do section 2.2 of Algebra 2 Math. Here's my contact information. 2.2 Evaluate and graph polynomial functions. We have 14 points here of notes to take, and then we have a skill check at the end of part 1 of 32 points. Here is the standard here. Okay, here's your bell work here. Teachers, give your students about 5 minutes to complete this. It's about volume here of 3 tennis balls. And then this is about the volume of a cylinder. Give your students 5 minutes. Okay, here's the solution to our bell work here. There is the volume of the 3 tennis balls. Comes out to this, 4/3 pi r cubed is the volume of a sphere. And then the volume of a cylinder, pi r squared h. Okay, before you evaluate and graph linear and quadratics, you will evaluate and graph other polynomials. So recall that a monomial is a number, a variable, or a product of numbers and variables. A polynomial is a monomial or a sum of monomials. A polynomial function is a function of the form like this, where you have a decreasing power here, with your powers decrease, as well as your coefficients will decrease by 1 as they work their way right until you have a constant there. The exponents are all whole numbers, and the coefficients are all real numbers. For this function, a to the nth is the leading coefficient, n is the degree, and a naught is the constant. Here's our constant. A polynomial function is in standard form if its terms are written in the same order of exponents. Okay, students, here's your notebook entry. In your own words, define polynomial. In your own words, define polynomial function. Okay, common polynomial functions, degree, type, standard form, example. So 0, constant, there's a constant, first degree, linear, there's standard form, there's linear function. Second degree is quadratic, standard form, there's an example. Third degree is cubic, here is the form. See how your coefficients will decline as well as your powers, your degrees. And this is an example here of that. And then 4 will be quartic. Here is an example here of standard form, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then here is an example of a quartic. So example 1, identify polynomial function. Decide whether a function is a polynomial function. If so, write in standard form. And it says degree, type, and leading coefficient. The function is a polynomial function. It's already written in standard form. It has degree 4. Here's the 4th degree. And leading coefficient of 1. 1 will be there. So B, the function is polynomial. Function written as like this in standard form. It has a degree 2 and a leading coefficient of pi. And then here, f of x equals 5x squared plus 3x minus 1 minus x. Function is not a polynomial function because of this degree right here. And then D, x plus 2 to the x minus 0.6x to the fifth. Not a polynomial function because we have 2 to the x here. Okay, let's do our guided practice. Decide whether function is a polynomial function. If so, write it in standard form and state its degree, type, and leading coefficient. Students, do this one here. Okay, f of x equals 13 minus 2x. Function is a polynomial function written as f of x equals negative 2x plus 13 in standard form. It has degree 1 So it is linear, and a leading coefficient of -2, -2. Okay, example 2, evaluate by direct substitution. We're going to plug this into that function now. Here are plugins here for x. We're going to put f of 3 in, so we substitute 3 for each one of those x's. And we get this amount here, combined like terms, we get 23. So now we have this guy to practice here. Use direct substitution to evaluate the polynomial function for the given value of x. So here's our given value of x, -2. Students, do this one down here. For your given value of x, substitute in. So when we substitute -2 in, we get this. 16 minus 16 plus 12 minus 7 is what we simplified to, which equals 5. That is the end of that lesson. Email me here for questions and supplies. Thank you.